2035, the last season you can play up to in FIFA 21 career mode. Today, we're simulating to the end of career mode to find out what happens. We're gonna get to the bottom of this before we've even started a career mode. We're just ending it all straight away.
I love this game. No, I don't. I don't love this game.
Yes, the new game has just dropped and we are going to be diving into an experiment that we always do. It's an annual tradition here on the BCHD channel. We're going to be analyzing the current football landscape, the best players in the game, the best player regens. It's pretty well known that you can only simulate up to 15 seasons as a manager, unlike other sporting video games where you can simulate, 30, 50, 80 years into the future. EA is just very limited. Unfortunately, this year they haven't increased the cap. They can't keep regenerating player names and regens year after year, and hopefully maybe with the next gen technology coming in next year, we'll have a brand new, different outlook. But so far, again, career mode is capped. Here we are in 2035. It has taken me a longer time than expected, considering that I'm on PC. To simulate to the 28th of June in 2035, we're going to be taking a look at the current football landscape. What has happened to the world? As much data as we can possibly gather, we're going to find out. I don't even know how I've gotten a 0 manager rating. It's not a good note to start off your FIFA 21 career with. We're also going to be finding out what happens when you finally press that end season, end your career button. Is there a special testimonial? Is there a brand new cutscene? Is there a final career-ending press conference situation? We're going to find out right after we take a whole in-depth look of the entire save. If you're new around here, my name is BCHD. Make sure to drop a like on the video down below if you go on to enjoy. Subscribe for more daily FIFA 21 career mode content. Now let's just take a look at the leagues around the world. There are some new ones, there are some old favorites, there are some removed leagues that we're not going to talk about. The Premier League, of course, and here we have Chelsea on top of the table alongside Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester United making up the top 4. Southampton, Crystal Palace up in 5th and 6th. No sight of Manchester City whatsoever. They are down in 12th. They're in the lower half of the table for the citizens, and getting relegated is Burnley, Middlesbrough, and Fulham. They're going back down to the Championship. The likes of Norwich and Watford are back in the top flight. Now the second division of England, it is Blackburn Rovers making their return to the top flight. It's been a while since they've been back in. Huddersfield are also coming up alongside with them. We've got Nottingham Forest, Brentford, Leeds are in the second division. Sheffield also qualifying for the playoffs. West Brom now in 9th. Strolling towards the opposite end of the spectrum, we have Portsmouth, Exeter City, and AFC Wimbledon. They're back down in League 1. The likes of Lincoln City have made it all the way from the 4th tier, I believe, up to the 2nd. Truly incredible scenes now. We see a fall from grace. It's Bournemouth. Yes, they've qualified for the playoffs, but they've gone from Premier League to League 1 in a matter of years. Rotherham and Coventry getting that automatic promotion. We've still got Blackpool, Wickham in mid-table. Getting relegated to League 2 is Port Vale, Luton, Colchester, and Northampton. Luton going from the Championship to League 2, and now in the 4th tier, we have Rochdale and Tranmere Rovers on top of the table getting promoted. We've got the likes of Bolton, Leyton Orient, Sunderland. Just when you thought it couldn't get bad enough for the Black Cats, they're now in the 4th tier, man. Oh, I just feel sorry for them at this stage, but Salford, Stevenage still hanging around here, and of course, there's no relegation to the 50. The likes of Harrogate Town and Barrow making their debuts in FIFA. 15 years later, yeah, they're not having a good time. In a League we're taking a trip to France, and I'm assuming that PSG have just dominated year after year. They're on top of the table. Lille, Monaco, and Nice are finishing in those Champions League positions. We've got the likes of Montpellier, Olympique Lyon still challenging. Marseille is up there. Towards the bottom end of the table is Angers, Toulouse, and VAFC getting relegated to Ligue 2, which we're going to check out right now. It is Lens coming out on top. Dijon getting promotion with Paris FC qualifying for the playoffs. Over in Germany, the Bundesliga sees pretty much the same as usual. It's business as usual for Bayern Munich on top of the table with 80 points. Leverkusen and Hoffenheim, their closest challengers. Dortmund all the way down in 4th, and RB Leipzig in 5th. Stuttgart have managed to qualify for European competition. As we scroll all the way back down, it is Schalke getting relegated. I mean, they just lost 8-0 to Bayern Munich in real life. I wouldn't be too surprised if it actually happened, but it's Mainz and Hertha Berlin joining them in the 2nd tier. Shocks in Germany, but potential for more falls from grace. We've got Union Berlin and Hanover returning. Darmstadt also challenging for a position in the top flight. We've got Bayern 2. They've come up from the 3rd tier, now in the 2nd. They haven't managed to make it all the way up into the top tier to verse their first team. 1860 München still unable to make their way up and create a little renaissance going for them. Over in the Eredivisie, yeah, oh no, I was expecting Ajax to just be dominating, but PSV have given them a good go and have won the title. Meanwhile, AZ and Fortuna Sittard have managed to finish in the top 4. Over in Portugal, the Liga NOS sees Benfica come out on top against the Big 4. Sporting Lisbon was runners up, and we do have the likes of Porto not even finishing in the top 4, even Braga down in mid-table. In Scotland, it is Celtic knocked off their perch, Rangers finish on top, Hibernian, Kilmarnock and Dundee finish in the top 4. They have just been completely blown away and a new era starting to open up. Take a look at Spain, La Liga Santander. Atletico Madrid finish on top with Real Madrid and Barcelona, their closest challengers. Sevilla managed to secure that top 4 spot and Alaves find themselves all the way up in 5th. Taking a look towards the bottom end of the table, Valencia finishing shockingly low and it's Real Valladolid, Almeria and Elche down in the bottom 3. Now in Italy, where we have managed pretty much our entire career, we're going to get into that story a bit later, but it's Piemonte Calcio, Juventus coming out on top. Again, not even Sassuolo, Cagliari, Bologna couldn't even end their reign. It's the same old champions, but a completely shifted top 4. Lazio, Napoli, Atalanta, Fiorentina, all failing to qualify for the Champions League. Inter down in 11th. Similar situation to what Man City found themselves in the Premier League. Milan have dropped down to 14th, and the shocks don't end there as Roma, now unlicensed in the game. Yes, Roma FC nearly even got relegated. We have Crotone, Spezia, and Genoa. Now that there's no Serie B in FIFA 21, there's no possibilities of getting relegated. They were safe nonetheless, but still, finishing in the bottom 3 is not a good look. The UEFA Super Cup 2034/35 season sees Real Madrid take down Arsenal 2-1. It is Atletico Madrid to defeat Chelsea on penalties 4-3, and they finally get their hands on some European silverware. But I want to take a look at the group stages. Who qualify? We've got Arsenal, RB Leipzig. We also do have RCD Espanyol, okay. The Spanish outfit fighting in Europe. We've got Man United, Bayern, Lazio, Udinese in the Champions League. What is going on? The North Italians found themselves a fairy tale. Your champions, Atletico Madrid, coming out on top. We've got Porto, Napoli, Chelsea. That seems all good. But then Parma are in the Champions League as well, okay. The football landscape in Italy has just literally flipped the switch. And even Germany's Mainz coming in Group H. All right, some shock qualifications there as we take a glance over at the Europa League. It is Frankfurt winning out against Watford 3-0 in the final to take home the Europa League trophy. We're all aware of the current hyperinflation going on with football right now, and in the industry, spending is at its highest point it's ever been at, and it shows no points of slowing down right now. So 15 years later, you'd think clubs would still be throwing money around, and of course they are, with Atletico Madrid spending £151 million on an English left-back, Jake Newby, just straight up replacing Trippier in 2035. Another £100 million spend with Jack Fisher, another English prodigy, 90 rated, one of the world's best at 26. They're just regens at this point, made up youth academy players dominating the scene. Brighton pick up a 25-year-old centre-back from Villarreal, Freuling, for £132.4 million. The Seagulls are just out here splashing the cash. Liverpool investing in an £122.9 million German Robin Batzner, the left midfielder arriving from Mainz. The £100 million transfers continue to show up here, with Martin Nunes making the switch to Bayern Munich from Everton at 23 years of age. A central midfielder, Bujelab from Everton to Manchester City. It looks like the Toffees are just cleaning out their whole entire squad at the moment. The Moroccan right midfielder, 86 overall, moves to the mid-table citizens. Klukas from Lille to Arsenal, and now finally we get a below 9-figure transfer, £97.4 million. Boda switches allegiances from Inter to Brighton. So if you're a Brighton fan, yeah, you're going to be spending big in 15 years time, according to EA Sports. Wolves picking up Ogia, the centre-back from France. Borussia Dortmund spending big on the Ghanaian midfielder Yeboah Akomadi. £87.9 million spent on him. Manchester United finally spending a bit of cash here. It looks like on the next Ronaldo, £88.2 million involved in that transfer. How Brighton finished in 14th is beyond me, as they picked up Cameroonian goalkeeper Yongwa. Watford Europa League finalists spending £82.5 million on the Frenchman Barouan. First real player on this transfers list. I'm actually surprised we've come across one. 33 years of age, Karim Adeyemi, making the switch from Spurs to Bayern Munich for £81.6 million. Mutu Heck moving over to Atalanta, and Oliveira Silva has been signed by Newcastle United for £76.5 million. It looks like, you know, maybe the Magpies got taken over in this career mode. Also selling one of their main centre-backs to Fiorentina for £75.8 million. The likes of the German club spending big. Valencia picking up a marquee signing. We've got Regens just out of the woodworks at the moment. There are no signs of real players at the moment. We're going to keep scrolling until we come across one, because these transfers have just been completely out of the woodwork. Spending big is an understatement. This transfer window, I'd love to see in the final figure spent by the clubs, because it's definitely over 5 billion at this rate. Brighton just seem to have cracked the code. They got the keys to the kingdom at this rate, because they are stacked beyond belief. Mendes Mango, oh my god, the Portuguese scam, 91 rated, one of the world's best. If we could simulate another season, I'd put my money on them to be Champions League favourites. Here is how Arsenal are looking. Jonathan David, the Canadian, playing for the club at 35 years of age. I want to cover some of the players that are hanging up the boots in 2035 and give them a hero send-off. With Regens Jesus at 33, he's had enough at Arsenal. The Brazilian is retiring at the end of this season. Mohamed Kudus, a FIFA 20 career mode favourite, he's made his return in FIFA 21 at 34. He is going to be retiring. Manuel Solomon, the Israeli wonder kid that burst onto the scene last season, as well as Serginho Dest, who actually recently signed for Barcelona from Ajax, the American at 34. Here is some look at the oldest players in the game. Oh my, what? There's a 50-year-old still playing. How is that even possible? I'm sorry. Whoa, EA, hold on. Hold the phone. Matas Ponyocki. I have no idea why he's still playing. I don't know why he wants to still play. But the Slovakian is going strong at 50. He's definitely a player for the history books. I've never seen anything like this in a career mode before. This is the FIFA first for me. At 50 years of age, his club must have just kept on signing him new contracts and made him stay, not hang up the boots, not hang up the gloves, I should say. And Luis Ojeda joins him as the second oldest player still in this save. But 50, I never thought I'd see the day. Fair play to him as we look at the over 40s in career mode who are still left. Not really too many players I recognize. Lewis Wing, why are you still playing football? You're 40, you're rated at 40, your age is the same as your overall. That's when you know you should just let it go, mate. We found a 44-year-old Frank Fabra. Again, these players just keep pushing it. Like, come on, you've hit 40. It's time to say goodbye to your footballing career. Taking a quick peek at the free agency, and this time around in 15 years, it looks like it's just a chock-a-block. It is overflowing. I don't even think this search filter facilitates all the results because there are just way too many free agents. I don't get it. How does João Felix at 35? He's played his whole entire career at Atletico Madrid. He's had a release clause the whole entire time. 126 million pounds. He's come to the last few chapters of his footballing career, and it seems like his stats have maintained, which is something that usually really wouldn't happen in FIFA's gone by. But FIFA 21 looks like things are different. Manchester City situation. How did they finish in 12th? That is what I want to know. The Citizens, of course, now just have a whole entire team made of fake players. Same deal for most clubs, as they've still got a few real-life players lurking around here and there. Ferran Torres thought was still kicking ball, but he's retiring at the end of the season. 35, stuck out his whole entire career with Man City, and a 37-year-old Oscar still giving it a go here in England. Red Devils say farewell to Boubacar Samare. In Manchester, he's ending his career at 36. It seems like Dean Henderson took over the goalkeeper reins after David De Gea departed, and the Englishman is going to be wrapping up his career at Old Trafford. When you ask of the squad of champions, Chelsea have provided that with a strike partnership of Joaquin Fernandez and Jack Fisher, both at 90 rated. They have recruited well. Dennis Gallo was actually a youth academy homegrown talent that you receive with the new youth academy in career mode this year. I started this career off in Italy and we got an Italian player. He eventually got sold to Chelsea. Phil Foden will be retiring at Chelsea. Not the right shade of blue in England. Jude Bellingham still kicking ball at 31 years of age. A couple of Manchester United youth academy products got the job done for the Blues, as Angel Gomez and James Garner won the club the Premier League, and Florian Wirtz, also the German, coming in clutch. Josko Gvardiol and also Bella Kotchat was a title-winning partnership. Defense of champions, 90 rated left back, probably Kieran Tierney's regen. Menji Quaresma, this side was destined to lift that Premier League title alongside their goalkeepers. Here were the European champions, Atletico Madrid, who beat out Chelsea in the final. They got a 93 rated. I gotta say, this is probably Ronaldo's regen. Pedro Mendes Alves has made his way back to Spain, with Alan Dorado for Atletico, the Brazilian centre forward as well. Attacking firepower everywhere you look, with Adam Holozek in their ranks, the Czech right midfielder who has stayed for about 10 years now. He joined them in 2024. Bukayo Saka retiring his career at Atletico. We still got Giovanni Reina hanging around, the American wonder kid. Two right backs for the Spanish Giants, Jeremy Frimpong and also William Saliba, and Thomas Tavares will be retiring. Gigio Donnarumma at 36, the Italian stallion shot stopper himself, is still going strong in his 30s at 90 overall. Just to add to the retirement list, it is Mohamed Haroun of Liverpool retiring at 33, quite early for the Dutch playmaker. How could we forget Kylian Mbappe, the poster boy, the cover another star for FIFA 21. He spent the good majority of his career at PSG. He's hanging up the boots in the French capital, retiring at the end of this season, still maintaining that 89 overall, still having some of the best stats in the game, still maintaining a lot of those dark greens. You just know he's won multiple Ballon d'Ors in this career mode save. Now at 36, I can just imagine his regen being out of this world. Now for this next upcoming segment, we're looking at players that are still playing football, that are real life players, who are the best ballers in the game, and what regens are dominating the scene. What I really regret not doing now is checking over the World Cup in 2034 and the most recent Ballon d'Or winner, but I guess you can take your pick from this upcoming list. We have Ansu Fati, who controversially decided to switch allegiances to RB Leipzig, becoming a legend in Germany. Leaving Barcelona, still at 32, no signs of retiring. We also saw Jude Bellingham earlier with Chelsea. Ryan Cherki has gone off to Borussia Dortmund, the German club, proving that they can still attract talent. Meanwhile, it's Mason Greenwood becoming a hometown hero at Manchester United. We have Fabio Silva, the Portuguese hitman from Wolves. Gabriel Martinelli, who actually has a game face this year. He's 34, still playing first team football. We do have Omar Rekic for Liverpool, now 33, still going strong. Xavi Simons, who's in the game finally. Another yearly traditional video on the channel, as the Dutch midfielder has ended up at Bayer Leverkusen. It is Sadio Mane's regen playing for Arsenal. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but Daily Nuga, he's nothing short of perfect. High attack and work rates, low defensive, 5-star skill moves. He's one of the best to ever do it. As we move down to Eduardo Camavinga, still kicking ball. He's playing for Arsenal, 88 overall. Noni Madueke, a couple of Arsenal players in here with Martin van der Voort at 33. We've got Ryan Gravenberch still around the Ajax Youth Academy product, playing for Manchester United, as well as Kays Ruz Atil, a brand new wonder kid coming out of the PSG Academy. Giovanni Reina, as we saw, Champions League winner with Atletico Madrid. Now I think we've got our man, Messi's regen. We found him. We've unearthed him playing for Eibar of all clubs. How no high-profile side have picked him up is beyond me. He's 29 years of age, playing at right wing, striker, and centre forward. 94 overall. You just know he's won. He's recouped many Ballon d'Ors throughout his career. Thomas Peralta, remember the name, who I originally thought was Messi's regen, was Manuel Compagnucci. It wasn't to be. Still a quality player. Messi's regen valued at £159.5 million. We moved down to Yusuf Demir, the Austrian playmaker who's out at Marseille. I've got a strong feeling he's going to be a career mode fan favourite this year. We've got a mixture of Belgians. Take your pick. Who's this regen? Joachim Maboko, playing for Liverpool. 92 rated. Oh, it's Kevin De Bruyne. It's so obvious. I don't know why I thought about that. This is Eden Hazard's regen. Marvin Ngonge out at Wolverhampton Wanderers. Astor Franks playing out at Crystal Palace. A lot of Belgian talent in the Premier League. We have Benson Gillett, which is probably Thibaut Courtois' regen. It is either Neymar or Philippe Coutinho's regen. Wilson Emilio Perez Taramontino, probably one of the longest names in history. We still have Alphonso Davies out here. Whether it's on social media or the pitch, he stayed loyal to Bayern Munich at 34. The Canadian Jack Fisher, the Englishman. We got a lot of English superstars up front here. Dean Burry out at PSG. The left winger slash right winger, 91 rated with the finesse shot and playmaker traits. We've got Benoit El Idrissi, now transitioning into the French talent out at Alaves. That center forward slash striker role, let me know down below. Maybe a Griezmann regen, not too sure about that. Matthias Bloch, another French superstar playing for Benevento in Serie A. The consistency on this man is unmatched. As we move down to Matthew Meda out at Liverpool. Fabian Jackal playing for Manchester United. Some of the best German talent up next. That is definitely Joshua Kimmich's regen, playing at CDM and right back. Definitely either a Ter Stegen or Neuer regen, Max Marsalia. The highest rated Greek talent was Georgios Fountas, who most likely is Manolas's regen. Let's just leave it up to the imagination. The Greeks have something to celebrate. Erling Haaland is still playing ball. He's still beasting and feasting. The Norwegian poster boy has stayed loyal to Bayern Munich, and BVB have kept a hold of their man. Now, onto the Italian talent, which I'm interested in. Luca Esposito. Now, it took a regen to crack the 90s for the Italians. Still at only 23 years of age, Fiorentina have an absolute gun on their hands. Despite his low work rates, he's already got some 9 rated stats in there. This man is an outright animal in midfield. As we move down to Sebastiano Esposito, now at 80 85 overall, playing for Crystal Palace. The Eagles have formed up a pretty decent side, but the two Espositors, some of the best in the country, alongside Ricardo Zerbin, playing his football at Bayern Munich. He's in his prime at 88 overall. Could be anyone's regen. It is Danny Nunnally, most likely Virgil van Dijk's regen. Take him in. He's got a giant afro to show off as well. Zakaria Huisman, playing for Napoli, could possibly be Memphis Depay's regen. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Make your predictions down in the comments below. I didn't really include this guy for his abilities, just due to the fact that he's got a goddamn helmet on his head. Completely stealing Petr Cech's flow, but he needs to be protected at all costs. The free agent just is rocking that helmet like no one else can. The highest rated Paraguayan, Andres Baez, out at Fiorentina. La Viola have reaped the rewards of these youth academy products. The highest rated Pole out in Germany at Eintracht Frankfurt is Bartosz Frelek. Could either be Lewandowski or Christoph Piontek's regen. We saw the Messi regen earlier, and now up against him is Cristiano Ronaldo's regen, Pedro Mendes Alves, who we saw at Atletico Madrid take home the Champions League trophy. In 2035, it looks like the rivalry is still as fiery as ever. Pedro Jose Mendes Mango, one of my favorite names. Portuguese playmakers killing the game, possibly Bruno Fernandes's regen. I don't know why his arms just look so skinny though. Is it just me? They look like two long noodle strings. Billy Gilmore playing for a different blue club. It is Everton up in Merseyside. The Scotsman hasn't hung up the boots as of yet. I said it was a Kieran Tierney regen before. Now taking a second look, I think it's Andy Robertson's regen. Carl McGrandles. Luka Vokic is the highest rated Slovenian player, the striker slash centre forward out at Brighton. We do have the highest rated Spanish defender, which is most likely Sergio Ramos or Piqué's regen. Julio Munoz Garcia. I mean, take your pick. Who is this? Let me know down in the comments below. Possibly David Silva. I'm not too sure. We do have another Munoz Garcia, this time out at Borussia Dortmund. He can also play centre mid, but also has that versatility of left mid and left back. The Spaniards have come in hot, and I want to cover Aiden Duke, the highest rated American player at CDM slash right wing back. I do think that's Tyler Adams of RB Leipzig. High attack and work rate. An absolute workhorse for the United States. I want to cap it off on David Nyman. He ended up being in this Crotone team I'm managing right now. Just had to release him and put him on the transfer hub. But the Swede, I don't know. He could be Zlatan's regen, or he could just be a random youth academy talent that found their way into our squad that all of a sudden with dynamic potential just took off. But I got no idea how I found him. I got no idea how he made my team. Literally a fluke at 96 overall. He actually went down one this season at 32. He was 97 in 2034. 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, left foot. So I don't think it could be Ibra. High attack and work rate, low defensive. David Nyman, the best player we have found in 2035. 15 seasons deep, and career mode has provided us with some spectacular results. Now that we've basically checked every facet of the game remaining, but there's no really in-depth stat tracking whatsoever in FIFA 21, so fingers crossed for next gen, but we've simulated down to end season, June 30th, 2035, the furthest point you can go. I think we gotta do it. We're gonna bite the bullet. Let's do it. We've clicked on it, and here is the message we received. The Crotone board. We get an email based on our retirement. Good morning. It should say so, BCHD. The board wish to congratulate you not only on your work with this club, but also on the development of your career as a whole. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. You'll always be a welcome guest at Crotone, and that is all we get given. I feel like in previous years we got a bit more of a longer message. I'll pop last year's message up. I feel like last year's message was just way more, like a bigger paragraph. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. We'll compare the pair as we click advance. We're going to get a quick, brief synopsis of our career as a manager. So we've played 414 games. Like I said, this entire career mode save has been simulated, winning 66, drawing 78, and losing 270 games, 352 goals scored, and 759 goals conceded. I was at 3 clubs the entirety of my career. Like I said, started off this career at Benevento, but then continued to get fired and rehired by the exact 2 same teams, La Spezia and Crotone, just season in, season out. Whenever I got fired, the other one would hire me, and it just kept on going. It was a vicious loop, a vicious cycle. I was getting passed around like someone's dirty laundry. It was not a fun experience, trust me. Simulating 15 seasons, getting fired every other month. It was not a pleasant experience. I don't wish it upon my worst enemy. They fired and rehired me about 15 times. It has been a wild roller coaster, and that is the career summary. We were only getting paid 5k a week as well. We advanced, and we just get booted out of the career mode menu. That is it. Your career's over. It's finito. It's done. The end of the career mode, just like that. Finishes. No end of season press conference. No final goodbye. No cutscenes whatsoever. You just get thrown out to the main menu, and your career is over. Unless you have PC mods where you could advance further into the future. That's all the career mode in 2035 had to offer. The end of the road. Hopefully you guys did enjoy that one. If you did, make sure to smack a like on it down below. Hit subscribe. Turn on those notifications for more FIFA 21 content coming at you on the regular. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. All the socials are linked down below. Hopefully you're ready for a massive Euro content on the channel. That's been FIFA 21 in 2035. I've been Sir BCHD. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all on the very next video.